stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only you find a way to win. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. They'll go to the ground. Runs through a tackle. And runs through another guy. They finally get him stopped. And this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing. Linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock. Hand it off. Let the running back do the rest.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll try it over the left side. Turning it on! And he'll race it to the house! Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give on the option. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. He's got it. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Rides the back and leaves it. Inside the 40. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. On the move, it's Robinson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle.
That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. They're throwing for it on 4th down. It's complete to the left. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Out of the gun to give to the back. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. With just a few games remaining, they're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard because everybody's talking about the conference championship, who you might play. You still got to deal and you still got to take care of business on the field today. That's the most important thing. It's been a phenomenal season up to this point, David. Great things ahead potentially, but you got to win this one today.
Well, and I think that's what's really important. It's a great start, and now it's about finishing the season. To be at the top is awesome, but you can't lose a conference game or 2 conference games and get yourself out of the mix here right at the end when you're so close to the finish line.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Pocket breaking down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off the play fake on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sategna. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Through the air on second down. He wants it all. Touchdown Sooners. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Comes that Alabama offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw, it's Russell. He uncorks one deep. Makes the catch on the left. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
Give to the back. Makes a man miss. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Just feeds the running back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to throw. It's Russell. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Looked to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
In football, you hear the term quick or don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Spins away from the defense.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group game if Colorado could have had push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And the Sooners want to move quickly.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go faster, seeing it here.
Back to throw, it's Murphy. Bringing the heat. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Leaves it with the back. Hard running there. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
That's caught. It's Sategna. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. After that tight first quarter, this second period ought to be a lot of fun. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. He's looking to pass. Flips it out on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Offense rolls onto the field. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And on that play on the RPO, they had got the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Russell. Finds his big tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Under fire. Oh, he dropped it. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. Looking for the end zone. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Finds the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down.
Timeout, Alabama.
Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to pass, it's Murphy. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He's going to take off. There he goes.
in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the replays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, you're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
To throw, it's Russell. Throws to the wideout. He can't make the catch, and over the middle of the field, sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's third down. Let's talk about Alabama. Now, they'd love to win this one today, secure that spot in the conference championship game, a remarkable achievement. They can't really think this one's in the bag yet.
No, they've just got to continue focusing on the task at hand. I think that's a big reason why they're in this position that they find themselves in. They take care of business each and every game, David. Some hardware to be won down the road potentially, but you got to win this one.
No doubt, and I think it's hard because you're starting to see the finish line now. Getting later in the season, knowing where you're ranked, what's at stake. Let's see how they handle the pressure.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. He splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. These corners backing off a bit. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Wheeler. Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Sooners are in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run.
There he goes. Russell out of bounds at the 26. A huge pickup on the ground. The Sooners, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asked to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got him. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country. They were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half. And
the raindrops kept falling on his head, and he muffed it. You got to give him room and let him catch the football, and if he's called for the fair catch, you just have to stay back. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And now they'll have to dial something up on third down after the incompletion. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the third possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical third down, forcing an incompletion.
Hauls it in at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They finally make the stop after a terrific return, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up in different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. And the Sooners decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes that Alabama offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Looking for a man, it's Russell. Caught over the middle, it's Hill. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. Third in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that third down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
They would have needed a boomer from here, a 55-yard field goal attempt, so instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Grab behind the line. It's Horton. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
Back to throw, it's Russell. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Might be calling a hot route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Rushes on him. Intercepted for the 11th time. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defense gave them a free one on that one. It's now 2nd and 5. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to fire. He's got him still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Great spot to attack there. Right off the turnover. Try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
They'll run the option. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Dropping back, it's Russell. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Third and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll go to the counter. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. He's got an open man. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half.
I love when my wide receiver sees the coverage, sits it down, understands its zone, runs the curl, catches the ball, and then gets upfield and gets some positive yards.
They'll try the run. Jukes his way for more. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
And the timing just a hair off.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Right down the middle. Finds space on the right. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
You got to give this guy credit all season long. He's played well, he's stayed healthy, and he's just executing. With that last throw, he's now surpassed 4,000 yards as we get late in the season.
Looking downfield on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
That's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I'm trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the catch down the right side. Touchdown Sooners! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him.
And the ball is loose on the return. Kicking team's got it.
You just can't have that happen if you're on the return team. You know if you lose the football now, you're giving the other offense the ball back deep in your own end. Simply can't happen.
I'm out by the defense there trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Great place to start for this offense. Dropping back, it's Murphy. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Georgia Southern is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Coastal Carolina. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
To the air, it's Russell. Right on the money. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
Alabama comes to the line on third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. On the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Man, those are so frustrating. Your defense, and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Makes the catch, it's Thomas. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Sooners moving quickly to the line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job on the defense, get him to the ground for no gain.
Gives it on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Got a man, it's Kearney. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Sooners are marching down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Kearney. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. He's got it on the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, and goes and gets a first down.
And the Sooners back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The first down for the offense. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put it. I know that.
They'll line up for a second down play. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. This time he's got his man. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, I had a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver in the middle of the field.
On third down, he drops to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a first down with a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the defense tried to cheat a little space and get in that neutral zone, but it's still 1st and goal. They'll leave it with him. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Finds his way for 3 after the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Tide trying to convert on 3rd down as we start the 4th. They try to pop a run on the draw. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit and throw the football around.
Punt is on its way. And the ball will be blown dead at the 35, and that's where they'll put it into play. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. To the air, it's Murphy. This time he's got it. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Wants to throw on 3rd. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the 4th quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the 4th quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Looking for space. It's Green. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1.
I think you run that ball right there knowing that I'm going to run it again on 4th down. I'm going to go for it on 4th down. I got another play. Nice job by that defensive line, not getting moved around, making a play. They got to get one more stand right here.
Pulls and throws out the RPO. The Tide will get the 1st down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Adams. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Now the play fake. Going for 6. Touchdown time! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Georgia Southern has the lead right now. Feels like it's been that way since Freedom took flight in the pregame, but this has been a good one inside Paulson Stadium. They're up by 11 over Coastal Carolina. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Turning it on. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
All right, if you're a quarterback in that situation, you know there's nowhere to go, so just
cut your losses.
Absolutely. Slide. Don't take the extra punishment. Just give up on the play.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll send out the kicker here. There is no doubt. At this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
Gives it on the option. Got the 1st down and more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense, because obviously in the 4th quarter, you're down by a bunch of points, and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play, and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
To the air, it's Russell. Unloads to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Wants to keep it in the air. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air, it's Russell. Pressure coming. Working that left side. What a throw. Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
And back to the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now 1st down from the 37. Smart move to keep it on the ground. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10 you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. They'll try to get the edge on the left. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. They'll run it from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. A quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Sooners will call on their punt team. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Here's a throw downfield late. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's not afraid to go deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Looking for a man. It's Russell. He'll take another shot here. Got a man in the middle. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. From the gun. Big guy smells it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
It's now 2nd and goal.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect on them.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.